After months of town halls, interviews, and debates for the Democratic presidential candidates, it's finally time for voters to take part in the first election of the 2020 primary season. First up, the Iowa caucuses on February 3rd. There are over 1,600 precinct locations in Iowa and 92 satellite locations around the world. The results in Iowa help pundits, pollsters, and voters to know where the candidates stand ahead of the many primaries and caucuses to come. The process for caucusing in the Midwestern state is a lot more complicated than a standard primary. Here's a step-by-step guide to how Iowa's Democratic caucuses work. First, the candidates or a representative from the campaign make their case to everyone present at the precinct location. Let's say there are 30 people at this precinct. Democratic caucus goers then move to a candidate's physical designated space in the room to declare their support for that candidate. They also have the option of moving to the uncommitted space. Next, everyone gets counted by the caucus organizers. A candidate's group must amount to at least 15% of the participant total in order to be viable. Some caucus locations have higher thresholds, but none are less than 15%. In this scenario, candidate D is unviable, while the other candidates have reached the threshold. Those left in unviable groups may either join a different viable group, attempt to persuade folks in separate non-viable groups in order to reach the threshold, join the uncommitted group, or choose to sit out. Then comes one more count. After this count, the viable candidates win delegates. More votes means more delegates. And finally, the Iowa Democratic Party calculates the number of state delegate equivalents per candidate at all of the caucus locations. Having the most state delegate equivalents means that candidate wins the most DNC delegates, which determines who the Democratic nominee is. That person has been considered the winner. And new in 2020, Iowa will also make raw vote totals publicly available, meaning if another candidate wins more raw votes, things could get confusing about who can claim to be the winner. This process is vastly different from states with primaries, where voters cast their ballots in secret. A caucus allows for a lot of open, sometimes rowdy discourse on the candidates. This discourse can be valuable in a state like Iowa. According to a Des Moines Register poll, only 40% of likely 2020 Democratic caucus goers said their mind is made up about which candidate they'll support. Winning Iowa doesn't always translate to winning a party nomination.
Tonight is a victory for courageous conservatives across Iowa.
But because the state is home to the first true vote of 2020, the top candidates naturally gain momentum for the long road ahead.